Fantasy Factory, and Ridiculousness.
Isn't that weird that she came up yesterday? It's her birthday today.
Right? And I thought this was crazy. It's reported that her pay per episode is $142,000.
Whoa.
Yeah, so way to go, girl. Moving on to another heavy hitter woman. She is Gloria Estefan, 65 years old today, 7-time Grammy winner. She has a Presidential Medal of Freedom and has been named one of the top 100 greatest artists of all time by both VH1 and the Billboard charts. Songs like Conga, Rhythm is going to get you, and Anything for You, she can really get you moving. Another person, too, that can get you moving is Barry Gibb. He is 76 years old today.
Yeah,
Acquired
baby. That gets me moving.
worldwide fame as a member of the Bee Gees.
Jive talking.
Yeah, and as a songwriter, he shares the record for most consecutive Billboard Hot 100 number ones. He's tied with John Lennon and Paul McCartney, each having 6. Yeah. And Guinness World Records actually lists Gibb as the second most successful songwriter in history behind McCartney.
Makes sense.
Yeah. And then Conway Twitty. He's a country singer, was a country singer, and Country Music Hall of Fame inductee who released chart-busting singles like Hello, Darlin', would have been 89 today. So wishing the happiest birthdays to all our famous friends and anyone else with a birthday today from your Edge family.
All right, everybody gather around.
Everyone, listen up. Gather around.
Today is so weird.
It's weird today.
Is it weird? Is it weird?
And why is that?
Today is National No Rhyme, No Reason Day.
No rhyme, no reason.
Got no rhyme, got no reason.
No rhyme or reason to it.
There is no rhyme or reason. Don't try and analyze it. There's no rhyme or reason.
No reason
at all.
That's gonna be weird.
It's showtime.
It is showtime. Welcome back to the show, everybody. First night's here. Chris Cooper and Big Faust of Fox 2. It is the Edge. Fastest 2 hours morning talk radio. 9:06 is the time. We've had a great first hour of the show, and we continue to bring it. If you guys want to give us a call, you can. The phone number is 636-695-2915. 636-695-2915. You can also jump in on Facebook, as always, of course, 100.7 The Viper. Share the show, and you can stream us at ViperRocks.com. Once again, ViperRocks.com. Happy Thursday, September 1st. We are moving all along fast show today. Thanks again to St. Louis County Councilman Tim Fitch, discussing a whole lot of things, St. Louis County and St. Louis City-wise. Some other updates here real quick. We're talking about ranking those voting systems. Last night, Sarah Palin lost to a Democrat.
I saw that.
First time in 50 years a Democrat has won that area. However, here's the interesting thing about it. Republicans in the state allowed, and they were accused of being, quote, rhinos, allowed what's called ranked choice voting. And Democrats say that the reason that this Democrat won all of a sudden, despite all of these Republicans that live there, is the fact that they had ranked choice, meaning you put in order of who is first, second, third, and then they come up with like a point total.
No.
The votes.
That's
the votes
weird.
depicted. So it's kind of, I'm not a big fan of it.
No.
You vote yes, you vote no. But that allegedly is what had this one. It was Patola.
I feel like that would just muddle
Mary
it a little
Patola
bit.
defeated her in the special election to replace Representative Don Young in Congress.
Yeah, I feel like that muddles it a little bit because it throws in so many more numbers versus just one tag per person.
Well, Republicans who were upset were also saying, guess what? It wasn't only ranked choice voting. It was also mail-in ballots. The mail-in ballots, and they were implemented by a referendum by Republicans in 2020 who are accused of being rhinos there. So once again, more division when it comes from that. Eric Johnson, did you get a good sleep?
I woke up today at 5 o'clock.
What?
Yes. Have you ever had a meeting?
You insisted that I get Tim Fitch on radio today.
I loved it. Have you ever had a meeting where the guy goes, "Yeah, I just need 5 minutes of your time," and then you'll be
it takes like 2 hours.
You'll be out there in 4. Trust
Right.
me. And that guy that says you got 5 minutes, you're now there for 35 minutes, and you're looking at your clock. Back to Nancy Pelosi.
My dog.
Yeah, it's
My
frustrating.
dog ate my homework.
Yeah. Damn it. I hate it when that happens.
I'm like Jack Clark coming off the bench in the 9th inning without getting in warm up swings.
Now, what's going to
Jack
happen?
Clark, I thought you were going to say Kirk Gibson.
Yeah, that's
That
even
would be better.
Yeah, he with a bad back and bad legs.
Hobbling up to
Yep,
the plate.
yep.
I'm going to take one swing.
Yep.
What's going to happen? You reported yesterday on mailboxes, the blue boxes in West County area getting broken into. How are they going to handle that if we do mail-in ballots again?
I have no idea. That's a great.
Okay.
I mean, how am I supposed? If I put it in there, where can I?
Oh,
Because I've always gone in and walked in, so I'm just wondering if someone can tell me
If
you send it in the mail. Can you look it up online and make sure that it was counted, or
I have
like
no
is there a
idea.
number to
Yes.
it? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Because I've always just walked in.
I want to know more about this special election because I used to live in Anchorage. You don't vote for Democrats where they were at.
No.
I don't
No,
understand
nobody
that one.
does there.
That's
It's the first time a Democrat has won that seat
Yeah.
in 50 years.
Can you imagine?
50 years.
It would be like a special election coming out of St. Charles County. And
exactly.
seriously, think about
Sam
this.
Page is your new St. Charles County executive.
Exactly. You were
I'll
sending.
move.
It would be a race between Sam Page and let's say a Nick Schroer. And Nick Schroer's like, I'm going to Congress. And then all of a sudden the vote comes in and Sam Page is the guy we sent. That's how weird it feels to me. Because they are don't tread on me kind of people up in Anchorage, man. Whatever you think of them.
It all of a sudden happens, and it happens for the first time that there's this ranked choice voting and mail-in balloting.
That is
corrected.
ridiculous.
And Drew's right. There are people in the state of Missouri that want this and are trying to push for it in the state of Missouri.
They don't need
to
it.
change.
Well,
because they feel as if that's going to help Democrats. For some reason,
it did.
It did
Proof.
last night, and it's not the first place. It's happened before as well. So
It's
I
proof.
can't remember where else though.
Democrats, they vote as one head. Republicans, they shop around. Republicans are like, oh, I kind of like this person. They see, no, this person has a better smile. But Democrats, they come out together like a bunch of ants, army ants, and they will destroy you. And that's what they did in Alaska last night. Maybe.
So yeah, that was one of the things that did happen that was very interesting. Eric, I've got some news that'll make you more happy though.
No, you won't.
Yeah,
What?
I do. I
Go ahead.
promise you.
All right.
It's official because you and Crystal love him. I like the show. I just don't like him.
Who?
Gutfeld.
Yeah.
Now officially in the late night time slot,
Yes.
joining every other show on Fox News Network, #1 over
Yeah.
Stephen Colbert.
He's the king of late
Didn't
night.
that happen quite some time ago?
No.
I thought it was
No,
mono
you
a
kept
mono.
saying that, and I kept saying no. Now
Really?
now it is finally official in that time slot, #1.
Oh,
so people are
oh,
choosing to
right.
watch Gutfield's show on conservative Fox. That's most people are watching
over network TV
Over
that's
network.
free in most rural areas.
Yeah, but that doesn't surprise me because every show that Fox News has is #1.
Yeah,
That was the last one because it was just a new show.
by fourfold.
And the other networks had, generations a head start.
So how do they count it in TV? So if he's on right at 10 o'clock, right? But then like Leno used to come on at like 10:35 and then go. How do they count him in the same hour as late night? Or is it a block? Is it more than?
I think it's just audience these days.
What do you mean? What do you mean? What's the time
when you
period?
say when you
They
kept
go
saying
head-to-head
in
at
that
time.
slot.
Yeah, the
but
time
the
slot.
late night shows don't start at 10, right? There's news.
No.
And then they start after the news.
It's when they all come on at around the same time,
Okay. I wasn't
That's
sure
what-
how precise they
Yeah.
made time slots.
and it's over an hour and 2 hours.
Okay.
That's how they do
Yeah,
that.
that's what I was wondering.
And then you get a rating every quarter, every 15 minutes.
Yeah, time
And so
spent watching.
You
or
get the
something like
quarter hour update. So for those time periods, they're #1 finally over Colbert. So people are choosing to watch that programming.
Yeah. I mean,
Now,
it
it's
gets
not
really
the-
good guests.
And
too.
it's not the same. I've told Eric the show hasn't. It's not a apples to apples comparison because they're talking politics with comedy, and that's
Yeah,
what people are watching.
But
more
so is Colbert. Colbert comes
Now,
out with
yeah,
the
but
with
you know
I
what I
hate
mean.
Donald Trump.
Yeah, but Colbert
Yeah,
is still a
but
comedy
it is
show.
different. Like
it's
so
a
they
comedy show.
they both have the monologue in the beginning, but then the round table of like talking about subject after subject is not what what the later night people do. They have a guest on, they talk about that guest only, like what that guest is doing, and then sometimes they'll have a music guest and all that. And normally they are told not to ask those actors about politics and certain things like that because
Well, unless
they
the
wanna
actor
escape.
participates in politics.
Yeah, and they might bring it up, right?
Yeah.
But
Let's just put it this way: if Robert De Niro went on and he could go on to whatever late night show, Trump would be all on the table. They might talk a little casino. They might talk a little bit about some of his older movies.
Mhm.
But after that, it's about Mar-a-Lago. It's about democracy. It's about democratic policies, which makes it it influences you, right?
Yeah.
If you're like, I'm not into politics, but my God, Joe De Niro. Did I say Joe? Just say Joe De Niro.
That's because you know him.
Right.
That's because you just woke up, Eric. It's all right.
Robert De Niro is basically a shill, so he influences maybe a million people just by that one thing. Say, well, if he likes him, I got to like him too. What was so significant, what Vic just said, is more people are now tuning into a conservative bent libertarian show, and that's what people dig.
Right.
And it's a panel discussion.
We're saying the same thing. I was saying that, yeah, it is more political, but there's still a little bit more entertainment focused on the nighttime some. And so the fact that people are turning away from the less controversial and the entertainment side, and they want to talk about politics and hear about politics, I think is a good thing.
Colbert had a 5-year run as number one, and now he is done.
Well, he's not done, but he's definitely got audience share coming.
He's done as number one. And guess what he started to do about 5 years ago? He got very political.
Yes.
He started giving his opinion. People loved him for his talent and his comedy.
Yeah.
And then he just got damn right mean.
Yeah.
I mean, the stuff just mean. And I would listen going, this isn't comedy.
Well, you could have seen it through him and Jon Stewart back in the old days. You could feel where his political leanings were even back then, right? And they just kind of exacerbated over the years.
Yeah, but at least Jon Stewart, I'm sorry. You weren't comparing those two. You were just talking about seeing him on Jon Stewart.
Exactly. Like the whole Comedy Central thing. Have you ever seen a conservative comedian on Comedy Central?
No.
I'm waiting.
Actually, I think we were talking about him yesterday, Tosh Point oh.
He was more libertarian.
But I'm just saying, like, that would probably be one of the only ones I could think of.
Yeah, he's more
You're
like
right.
F everybody.
Yeah, he was very equally offensive.
Yeah.
That's why, I think that's what people appreciate is, and I hope we're getting back to that, is that everyone's got a shot. I mean, you leave your arse hanging out, someone should call you out on it, no matter what your political affiliation is, what your race is, what your gender is, what you do for a living. I don't care.
Yes.
Like, let's have some fun again, and let's point out the obvious and laugh.
So
it's really, I don't understand.
It's amazing to me, and I do not understand this politic. And it's when you guys are talking about the voting thing, the voting fraud crap. Okay, audiences are organically going to Gutfeld. If you guys on Facebook have never seen Gutfeld, you got to go see it tonight, 10 o'clock.
If you're watching, the other part is people don't watch TV like they used to, not even like they were 5 years ago.
Right.
COVID has changed everything.
Have you ever been to...
And I've been through these seminars already for TV.
Yes.
TV watching has changed so much in the last 2.5 years. It is insane. One of the biggest shifts ever, and it's very interesting to see the paradigm.
Yep.
So the people that do watch or sample at that time slot have now it's historic what's happened, in my opinion.
Yeah, it is.
At that level.
It's kind of like this. You all have been to Lollapalooza, right?
Mm.
You have?
Yeah.
Never.
I'm sure. You've never been to a Lollapalooza?
No, I never went.
Well, on Lollapalooza is usually based around one big band on usually the Saturday night or whenever they're there, right? And that's where everybody goes. And you go to the outdoor amphitheater and you gather around, and maybe it's the Red Hot Chili Peppers. And on the side stage is maybe back 10 years ago, a Shinedown. Nobody knows who Shinedown is, right? Gutfeld is like that. It's like that to me. It's like everybody used to go see the Peppers. And then over time, people started going over down to the Shinedown stage going, hey, what's this all about? What we're seeing is no one's watching the Peppers anymore. They're all going down to the Shinedown show, right? So flip forward to where we're at now. You would think you would start to see policy reflect audiences on the late night side, but they're not. Democratic people are still winning elections.
Yeah.
There, as a matter of fact, even in the garbage we're going through right now, they're polling pretty good in the Senate and in the congressional races. How is that possible?
Well, I think
If you gravitate towards these new conservative messages, how are you still interested in the Democratic
Well, let's
people?
be careful about where the polling is coming from, too, because I did see poll 2 days ago that was ABC, CBS, NBC polling. Be careful. Don't believe, because
Yeah, but why?
Eric.
Wasn't the polling for Trump actually kind of accurate
polling
for president, the last presidential race? We all thought this can't be accurate.
Okay, well, hold on a second before we say that. So are you saying everything was legit with the voting system?
Oh, see, now you had to put me on a stick like that.
Well,
You make me
because-
answer on the
yeah,
air.
Yeah, no, I know exactly.
Things seemed a little weird. I'll say that.
Because no, the polling was not going like it was in the election until we all went to bed. That's a fact in those two major states, and they're still fighting in Georgia.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
hey, Biden won fair and square. It's official. So that's the straight company line. But think about what happened for the first time in the history of this country. Voting stopped. The counting stopped.
Sure did.
And it stopped for a few hours. And then all of a sudden,
it
when
wasn't
came-
like Idaho.
I'm not conspiracy theory, but I'm going,
Right.
something needs to be investigated there. And you don't just recount votes. You count who the vote is, where did it come from, and is it a legitimate vote? You just don't recount the same vote you have over and over again.
Yes.
So,
Well, you do if you're a Democrat.
so Eric, I don't know. The polling with the Senate, I do not believe the pollsters yet
Really?
because they're not down. If we see Quinnipiac, maybe then I'll start to look at it. Some more Quinnipiac stuff because I trust what we've seen from there. Not AP, not ABC, CBS, NBC. No.
Yeah. That Fetterman race is very interesting to me. How is that guy? And do you know who?
I
of
still
course,
think
you guys
he's-
know Fetterman.
Well, we've
but
talked about it, but I
he-
think he's going to win.
I know
He won't debate.
he won't debate.
And guess what? It worked for Eric Schmidt in the state of Missouri.
It did, and it worked for Biden in the state of the
So
United
it's
States.
not just a.
In the
it's-
basement.
Yeah, I'm just telling you, for the first time ever, not showing up is showing to be the thing to do.
How did that become a campaign strategy?
That's not the American way.
It isn't.
no.
It's like we want to hand the Super Bowl trophy over to Aaron Rodgers at the beginning of the season. We figure he's going to win the Super Bowl.
Right.
It's unbelievable. Show up, play the game.
Well, I only know this because our company, Nexstar, which does a fantastic job at these debates, we did a debate in Pennsylvania that the Republicans all agreed to. Imagine that. They had a damn good debate
Yeah.
in Pennsylvania. And guess who it helped? It
Them.
helped Oz. He was worried about doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was talking to our guy because I do a lot of political stuff here in the
Yeah.
state. And Oz was hesitant to, once he did it, he's like, this was the best thing I could have done.
Yeah.
It catapulted him in the polls. People got to hear him. They got to hear his ideas.
Yeah.
And oh my God, he won.
Yeah.
He pulled it out.
Yep.
So guess what? He wanted to do another debate.
Yeah.
And then Fetterman said, I don't want to
No.
do it.
Because you know why? He's had a stroke. He's exactly like he's exactly like the president. He cannot string a thought together. I can't either, but I do a little radio show. I'm different.
Now, when the Republican primary in Missouri happened, I thought Eric Schmidt would have been fantastic at debate. I thought he would.
But he comes at it from a law perspective.
But-
He's like, if
but
I don't
they
say anything, I
chose-
can't incriminate myself.
But they chose not to do it.
Yeah.
And that's what that's what his campaign told him.
From what I understand about that, and we can get Eric on, but from what I understand, they had some heavy hitters behind him on on his campaign.
Well, yeah, we talked about it on
Heavy
this
hitter.
show. I told you who
Heavy
they were.
money, heavy consulting, heavy PR. I mean, from what I understand, he did it exactly right. He did it. Well,
What do
he
you
won.
mean?
Of course,
Well,
he
yeah.
did.
What do you
He
mean?
won.
Eric, we talked about this in the show several times.
Him
Yes.
debating, we and you on the show go, this is ridiculous. You got to debate. Greitens has to come out on the stage. And he looked at us like, you're nuts. That is not going to happen. I already won this thing. Sit down.
In Missouri, there were only a few of the top 5 candidates that were willing to do every single debate on TV, not radio, but on TV, and that was Hartzler, Billy Long, and McCloskey.
Yeah.
The Erics had certain parameters they wanted if they were doing TV.
And let's be honest. Can we be honest?
Always.
Eric Schmidt was the guy to have that job. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
the
for
guy.
primary. Well, he hasn't won the job yet.
Well,
think
Come on.
Trudy has a chance?
Well, Eric
let's-
has close to a 12-point lead
Yeah, let's not go
by
nuts.
the Remington, Missouri Scout polls right now.
If
And they prove to be 100% on during the primary.
if Trudy Bush wins,
I'm moving.
no, no, that will be voter fraud, big league. Do you understand what I'm saying? If Trudy Bush, I always call it Billy Bush. If Trudy Bush wins in the state of Missouri over Eric Schmidt, the cat that's shutting down or suing Biden every other day, then there is some definite voter fraud going on.
Well, before we get to our break, we'll take a phone call. We think we got Roz on the phone. Roz, what's going on?
Yeah, I just wanted to make a comment when you were talking about these recounts. Hillary Clinton, if people remember when she ran against Trump, she wanted a recount here in Michigan. And my sister, who was a Republican and had worked in the Ann Arbor election, counting the ballots as they came in, she was chosen to go down to Detroit. That's where they held the recount. Well, as she was sitting around the table, she was watching how these Democratic people that were supposed to be counting this election, counting these ballots, were doing things to make Hillary win the recount. And so she reported it to the Democrat that was over the whole deal there, and this woman wouldn't do a thing. And as people remember, Hillary decided to call off the recount, and so we never know how it turned out.
Right.
But that was what my sister, she witnessed that personally.
Roz?
Well, see, Roz, now you're getting into conspiracy territory. Got to be careful.
Oh, I know. It doesn't matter what you see with your own eyes, you know, because I even had a county commissioner from here in Michigan, one of the top ones. She was down there in Detroit for the when they were blocking off there when they were trying to hide from the Republicans what was going on in the recount, and they put the cardboard and stuff on the windows. So she was right down there and saw, and she was supposed to be in there helping with this recount, and they wouldn't let him even let him in.
You know what, Roz? If you root for the Patriots, you do not care that Tom Brady deflated his balls. You don't care. You understand what I'm saying? But if you're a New York Jets fan, you better have the right ball pressure.
Or that he's married to a witch who casts spells on the opponents.
Do not cast spells or deflate your balls.
Or what people see with their
Hey,
own
Roz,
eyes,
can we have some
you
fun
know?
with you before we go to break?
Bye-bye.
You took a breath. No, Roz.
Hold on, Roz.
Oh, we always want you to hurry up, and then now I didn't.
Her Pop-Tart,
hung up on you.
her Pop-Tarts were burning.
That's it.
Roz, your first answer was down to 55 seconds there. That was impressive.
Good job, Roz.
You beat Eric today.
That's right. It's not hard to do.
And then Eric asked you a question, and then you went for another 55 seconds.
I didn't know I was on the clock. I could have done it. Come on, man.
Oh, we got to take a quick break. Hey, we'll tell you how good electric vehicles are after the break.
In California?
Oh, yeah, Eric.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my
look at the
God.
art.
Here we
They're
go.
awesome.
And as
But
we
you
go to
can't charge
break,
it.
check out a shot
It looks so good in your driveway. Don't drive it.
from the Metro
Get
East
out of that
into St.
thing.
Louis. Eric Johnson, Chris Knight, Chris Cooper, and Big Faust. Fox 2 back right after this.
Grab your coffee. The Morning Edge will be right back on 100.7 The Viper.
Cutting the price of your wireless bill feels good. Really good. So good, you gotta try it. With Straight Talk, you can get our Silver Unlimited plan for just $45 a month. Now with unlimited high-speed data, plus 5 gigabytes hotspot data, and no contract, with nationwide 5G on America's best networks. Why pay a whole lot for your data when you can get unlimited for a whole lot less? Straight Talk Wireless. No contract, no compromise. 5G capable device required. Actual availability, coverage, and speed may vary. See terms and conditions at straighttalk.com.
Things are a bit tight lately. That's why I love Kohl's. I went back to school shopping and got kids' clothes for under $6, sneakers for less than $20, and an extra 20% off already great deals, like 25% off backpacks. And get this, you can save more with a Kohl's card and earn Kohl's Cash. Talk about more style and more savings. Select styles, 20% off ends July 24th. Some exclusions apply. See store or close account for details.
If you want the best, don't settle for the rest. Come to F&S. F&S Collision Repair provides the best customer service, quality of work, paint color match, and paintless dent repair. They do it all. No job too big or too small. Just what your car or truck ordered. F&S Collision. Call today to schedule your appointment and get that car repaired. F&S Collision Repair.
Great care for children begins at Compass Health Network. Our Warrenton and Winsville locations offer pediatric walk-in services, same-day appointments, and specialty care, so your children get the care they need, when, and how they need it. When it comes to children's health care, Compass Health Network is here for you and your family. Call 844-853-8937 for an appointment, or visit compasshealthnetwork.org for more information.
KFC knows that when it comes to chicken sandwiches, there's good and there's finger-licking good.
A chicken sandwich? That's good. A 100% white meat KFC chicken sandwich so delicious it forces you to rethink everything you know about sandwiches, including whether or not they even need buns, but then you remember how good a brioche bun can be and then having to rethink your rethinking? That's finger-licking good.
KFC's chicken sandwich, always served hot and crispy in your choice of classic or spicy. Order now on the KFC app. Kentucky Fried Chicken, that's finger-licking good.
Prices and product availability may vary.
Midnight Auto Supply in St. Peters carries a full line of name brand auto parts at the best prices and is your PPG Platinum distributor of automotive paint and auto body shop supplies. For over 40 years, your hometown auto parts store is Midnight Auto. Stop in at Midnight Auto Supply in St. Peters, just off Mexico Road. 447-4000. 447-4000. On the web at mid-niteautosupply.com.
Here's a message for Quiver River Electric members. Vote now in your annual Board of Directors election through August 22nd. Members may vote online, by paper ballot, or at the annual meeting on August 25th. If you vote, you're automatically entered into a drawing for free electricity prizes. Learn more about the voting process, the bylaw proposition on the ballot, and board candidates at quiver.com.
Jay's RV in Warrenton does factory and extended warranty repairs on all models and is the only mobile RV repair company in the area. Now is the time to get your RV checked out at Jay's RV in Warrenton for service or bodywork on any brand. Jay's RV will get you ready for a problem-free season. Sales and service the way it should be. Jay's RV. Online at jaysrvrepair.com. That's jaysrvrepair.com.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
You want to scare the shit out of people and get paid for it? St. Louis's most notorious haunted house is now hiring.
Do you believe in the boogeyman?
Apply online at panicfest.com.
Here comes more of the Edge Morning Show.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. It is The Edge. Which Gibbs' birthday is it today?
It's Barry Gibbs' birthday
Barry Gibbs.
today.
Did you even know that, Chris?
Of course I did.
Of course you did.
I love the Bee Gees.
I love this
Me
remake.
too.
This remake is awesome. Of course, it makes its way all over social media in memes.
Uh-huh.
I went to see a tribute band for the Bee Gees at Chesterfield Amphitheater
Okay,
like a
that's-
couple weeks ago.
Okay, Eric will even say trying to be the Bee Gees is not the easiest thing in the world.
No.
How did they sound?
They sounded fantastic.
And how long ago was that?
Oh, great.
About a month ago. It was at Chesterfield Amphitheater.
You know him. It's John Cruzy. He's the guy in Plastic Kings.
I don't know who they are.
You don't?
Go, Shorty.
What was that? It's
You've
your
never-
birthday?
Yeah.
It's your birthday.
How did I know that? My God, I feel like a
Well, you
spirit
should've.
just shot into me. I shouldn't know that.
Yes, you should. Eric Johnson, Chris Knight, Krista Cooper, Vic Faust here. Let us know. Get out the platform shoes. If there's something that we need to address or you want to talk about, let us know real quick. California's telling people, do not charge your electric vehicles.
Right?
And you cannot buy a gasoline vehicle anymore.
That already went into play?
No, it's rolled.
I thought it's 2025.
Oh, I thought it was 2023 in January.
Maybe 2023 in California.
Yeah.
Other states, 13 other states have adopted similar principles.
So what are you going to do?
Yeah,
You
West
going to go
Virginia's
buy a
not
Cadillac
happy
right now?
about
Yeah.
You going
Wait.
to go buy a Caddy?
So if I move there
You're
and I have
screwed.
to bring a U-Haul to bring my stuff in,
Well, it's
are
not that
you
you
saying
can't
I
drive
can't
it.
drop my U-Haul off
Can't
at
buy
a
it.
California place?
Can't buy
It's
it.
Why
2035.
can they have it and I
Gordon
can't
says
have
it's
it?
2030. Guys,
Why
it's
can they have it?
2035. No gasoline cars.
For
2035.
where?
There's some
California.
confusion. What's the
Oh.
gradient? What's the gradient?
That's yeah, exactly.
How does
But
that
the
work? When does it start? Starting from this day forward, you can't buy one. Starting from this day,
2035, Eric.
you can't buy it.
No, no gasoline cars.
She brings up a great point.
Yeah.
I'm coming from St. Peters, Missouri. I drive through California in my Dodge Dart.
You're going to be fine. You just can't buy new ones.
You can't buy gas.
No, you
Think
can buy
about
gas.
that
No,
for a
you'll be
second.
able to buy gas
Oh, that'll be the next thing.
If Californians don't have gas cars, why would there be gas stations?
because there'll still be cars that go on gas, just maybe not as many.
I asked the pertinent
Those
questions.
cars will go out
Did you ever
eventually.
think we would be having this conversation
No.
live on radio?
No, never,
Honestly?
never.
Let me.
But I
No, but
did
if they can't charge 1.1 million
already.
and they're telling them, please do not charge your car on Saturday.
It does not add up.
That doesn't make sense.
We've been talking about on this show for well over a year. The power grid, it's not strong enough.
No.
They said that their quote, California officials, said we're going through a heat wave, so you can't charge. Please do not charge your vehicles because you're going to kill our power grid. This is what.
Hey, Drew.
And I was just getting
Is
ready
Drew
to say
listening?
this.
I can't see
Yeah,
the
Drew's
Facebook
on
line.
this morning.
Is he? Drew, I need a one-page essay on what Vic's talking about right now. How's this going to work in St. Louis? Go. We'll wait.
And Robert Peterball says this is all
they'll just
on
steal 'em,
purpose,
that's
and
all.
I agree.
Stop it.
This
They'll
isn't
just
to help.
steal 'em.
This is not to help the environment. I haven't heard one statistic
No.
that has shown that. One stat.
No.
Show me, please help us. Help the reporter and me realize why, because we have not been given one single example. But now, don't charge your car. Yay, you got an electric vehicle. Don't charge your car.
Yeah. Let's talk about the dangers of being AOC. You saw this little nitwit kid come out of Lower Manhattan, the Bronx, I believe. And this little nitwit kid who has she's got a charisma. She's like, well, the guy before me didn't have charisma. The ex-vice president of the United States, who when he had did you see the PowerPoint presentation?
Yeah.
What was it called? Some kind of truth with the global warming thing, and he had the charts, and they were going Al Gore, and by 2020 the planet would be on fire. Well, it's 2020 and the planet's not on fire yet, Vic. This is how dangerous an influencer on TikTok can be, Vic.
Exactly.
She was a not even apparently a good bartender in the Bronx. She then had backing. Her platform was green energy. We got to save the planet. We got to do this with the planet. AOC comes out of nowhere, and her little dumbass message resonates with other Democrats. And these Democrats pick up her message. So when I was first seeing her, I was like, oh, she's kind of cute, but she's a moron. Anyway, moving on. That's where I thought it was going to die. I thought it was going to be, she's kind of cute, but she's a moron. This is where the dangers of these Democrats come in. This is ridiculously not responsible. And people like Drew Collins, I don't know why he looks at the California situation or the Europe situation as good, but for some reason, draining your power grid with cars that only go about 200 miles, and if you're in the middle of nowhere, you're not able to recharge them, is a good thing. But it's because of AOC. This is all because of AOC. Not because of Al Gore, not because of John Kerry. This is because a TikTok influencer made her way into Congress and started influencing Democrats. That's why you need to be real careful of people like Cori Bush. I know I transitioned right there, but she is saying defund cops in St. Louis, and you guys are still voting for her, yet you bitch about copping or policing and crime. So when I see this story in California, man, you get what you vote for.
Mm-hmm.
You guys did this to yourself. You're not going to be able to drive your muscle cars anymore.
No.
Dave Murray has come on this show. He has said, look, this science is just not in, guys.
And I'm telling you right now,
This science is just not in.
Dave Murray would come on, as he said before. He says the planet is not rising in heat. He's like, people, there's a difference between climate and weather. Current events, he says, is the current weather.
Yeah.
He's like, weather is in the last 10, 15, 20 years is weather. Climate is a long-standing difference.
Yeah.
He's like, there is no climate change.
Yeah.
And he gave us stats going back to the 30s where we had hotter temperatures than what we do now.
Do you ever see...
And it's important for me to say this, too. He reminded everybody that over this intensely hot summer that we have had, we only had 2 records back in June. July was slightly above average, and August has been same or below. He's like, the planet is not heating up. He's like, things come, they go. The ebbs and the flows. He's like, I've been a scientist my entire life. Do not get caught up in these national messages where they pick and choose certain numbers.
Too
that they
late.
want.
Everybody
this is what Dave
already.
Murray
Too
says.
late. Drew Collinses of the world are all caught up in it, Vic. You want to hear something that's mind-blowing? Have you seen on TikTok these stories of the glacier is receding and a plane from 1932 is revealed, right?
Yeah.
Well, back in 1932, there wasn't global warming when this plane crashed, but somehow the glacier rose above the plane, right? And it encapsulated it for, let's say, 80 years. And all of a sudden, the glacier is going back down like, well, this is proof of global warming. No, it's actually proof that there's an ebb and a flow to how glaciers work. That plane is a time capsule of when the glacier was at that level.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Dave Murray was speaking last week about the those footprints that showed up in the river bank, and he said that it's not because of this crazy heat and this drought and everything, because they wouldn't have been able to make those footprints had there always been water there.
Yeah.
So I understand. And what I'm confused about is, are we only talking about cars? Because somebody on the Facebook line had said that they're talking about like lawnmowers and all of that too.
Oh, that's
Okay.
the first thing.
All right. So what
Go
about,
get your lithium powder lawnmower from Home Depot.
what about boats?
Yep.
How are you gonna
Lithium
change
powered
the
motor.
way I drive my
I
wave
have no
runner?
idea.
How are you gonna change the way I drive my boat? I want to hear that
Same
argument.
engine that you're going to have to put on a small airplane.
Okay. So see, that's the thing. It's like I'm for things if they make sense and you can quantify it to certain facts, and like I can understand that, but some of this stuff doesn't make sense, so it frustrates
So
me.
one thing that's going to be fascinating, because this is going to happen. Sorry. How are liberals, your favorite movie star, how is he going to fly from L.A. to New York over
Right.
over your head
Mhm.
when you cannot get on an airplane because of global warming?
Right.
How are you going to do that, Crystal? Or when the ticket of a airline ticket goes from $300 to $2,400, right? How are you going to afford it? But Robert De Niro is going to fly right over your ass at midnight,
Yeah.
going to New York, saying, "Look at all the suckers down there." How is society going to react to that? I don't think they're going to react at all, because we have proven time and time again. And I think that the celebrities even know this, and the politicians even know it, that like, these idiots don't care. We can literally say anything over here and say the exact opposite thing tomorrow, and boom, they don't even know the difference. Look at Joe Biden 2 years ago. Defund the police. We have to take a look at this. Equity, this, that, and the other. Then yesterday he comes out on stage, fund the police. I need 100,000 more cops. Well, you don't remember what you just said 24 months ago to start this whole problem?
Yeah.
You took Cory Bush's side.
Yep.
You moron, but it doesn't. But who's the real moron? We are, because we don't remember what our politicians and our celebrities say to us.
Exactly, because we're too comfortable.
We're
And
idiots.
I'm on that kick, and I have to. Until you don't have anything.
Yeah, it's this. We are right now. We are in
I'm
the
too
water.
busy.
We're in the water. We are the frogs. The water is uncomfortably lukewarm right now, but the heat is getting turned up. Get ready to start rolling around, because you're gone. The water will start boiling eventually because of global warming. You like that? You see how I tied that
is
together?
that climate change?
Well, it's frog boiling in a water change. It's alive 1 minute and dead the next.
Gordon says Howard Trucking Company is going to convert to electric semis when the mileage decreases by half when you tow. That's an amazing point. Also from Gordon, digital currency and all electric vehicles, total government control.
Yeah, but what happens? Somebody brought up, and I can't find it now. What happens if there's an earthquake in California and all these power lines go down or get interrupted or whatever,
Then you don't drive.
then you can't.
Then you put a
be
gas.
safe and escape.
You're not allowed to ask questions,
Yeah,
Crystal.
stop asking questions.
You
Crystal.
don't ask the
Crystal.
government questions.
You're
Sound
not
like
on
my
this.
teachers in high
Just know
school.
that they have your best interest at heart.
Do not use your Mensa on this show.
I know, right?
Do not use your Mensa. Take your Mensa out of here.
That's tough, man. Like I said, I'm such a logical thinker that.
Well, that's the thing.
you can't
Democrats are not
pull this
logical.
over my-
Logic does not hit a Democrat in the face. You have a lot of crime in your city. Okay, what are we going to do? We got to get rid of all the cops. That's a good idea. Do it. Go.
No,
We have more crime, Corey. Okay,
know.
Corey. Yeah. I love you. Yeah, defund the police. I'm going to go get a coffee and I'm going to bring my flag with me. But, just for the record, my car got stolen. Well, then we need to defund more police. Then that's what we need to do. I got an idea, Vic. We're going to go get a bunch of 101 psychologists and we're going to replace the cops. And they're going to talk to the criminals before they run into the sports authority.
I heard similar stuff to this in college as well, and this is what you kind of started this whole conversation off with.
Yeah.
Glenn said his college chemistry professor, and keep in mind, Glenn was in college, let's just see, almost 30 years ago. My college chemistry professor told us that the ocean shoreline would be in Tennessee in 30 years.
Ha!
I mean, that's what you have. See, this is the thing. People can make reckless comments right now.
Yeah, go watch An Inconvenient Truth with Al Gore now. That's your homework.
You can say whatever you want and get away with it because in 30 years, nobody's coming back and saying something to you when it doesn't happen.
Hey, Glenn.
Oh, my God. Why
do you think Obama bought beachfront property in Hawaii?
There's a different, exactly.
Why do you think? Because he knows this is bull garbage, or otherwise he wouldn't put $19 million into a damn house.
That's a great point,
or
too.
the new fence he's putting up, right?
He would say, I'm buying, I'm investing for the future. Here is the new coastline. I'm talking to you from Las Vegas.
Climate and weather, as Dave so eloquently stated, and had all the years. The other thing about it is if people talk about it, and hey, discussion, debates are great. Let's talk about it.
Okay.
But just remember, if somebody tries to, well, this is what scientists, no, you just don't hear the scientists that are saying there's no such thing as climate change.
Okay, do you think
because
let me ask you
where
this.
Dave is, there are thousands of Daves across this country. They just don't get the national media headlines.
Yes.
And all of these groups now will send us stories.
Yes.
To run.
Yes.
And producers who don't know how to cover both sides of a story all over this country at the local level and the national level just take it as, oh, yeah, of course there's climate change.
Preach.
But they don't know how to critically think and break a story down and look for all of the evidence. And a lot of times, these producers don't have time to go do the evidence and break it down. There are every bit amount of scientists who say, there's a difference between climate change and weather change, and we're only picking and choosing. Dave has.
Do you not feel? Remember when we had the physician from Mercy or whatever it was, and they came on and said, "Oh yeah, this coronavirus is you gotta get jabbed, and then you gotta get jabbed again, and I'm sorry, you gotta wear the mask. And then, don't you feel like the climate? I don't know what's the word I'm looking for. The climate scientists now are like, oh yeah, we have trouble coming, man. This planet's going to bump up a whole degree in the next 10 years. And you have guys like Dave Murray going, wait a minute, it's kind of the same thing with the COVID physicians that absolutely subscribe to the whole CDC thing. And then you had these other physicians like, man, if you've had COVID, you're done. Just don't worry about it. Don't you feel like that's where we're at now? And don't you feel like we need more Dave Murrays to come out and go, you guys are clowns, and you're destroying our society.
Well, yeah, you always need that to give both sides
but
or
where
every
are
side.
They? Because I think
Eric,
that,
when you try to say something, you need media. And if media isn't going to give you a platform, then you're probably not going to be heard as much as other people.
Don't you feel like the boy that cried wolf, you kind of
could
equate
you're like the
two?
doctors who didn't want masks, but if they said that, they would be fired.
Yes. So is it just such... If you're a scientist, you kind of have to be a liberal. If you're a scientist, you got to buy into the liberal policies or you get no grant money. If you're a scientist, don't you see the data the same way? It's like, all right, we really need to quantify this. So let's go back 1,000 years in St. Louis and see what the temperatures might have been. Oh, look. Looks like this has happened before. Oh, damn. But this one is the bad one. This is the climate's warming, guys.
Right.
Hey, Ben Brown.
Don't you need to quantify your matrix a little bit more?
You don't, but unless somebody's holding you accountable, you won't have to. Remember that.
Yeah.
If you're in the higher number of people and you have all the media backing you, you get something to be believed, even if it is untrue.
Yeah.
Then it's easy to say things that are untrue because nobody's going to hold you accountable.
Does anybody remember the Kansas, the droughts in Kansas back in the early 1900s? Was that global warming? Because they sure popped back from that.
Well, Plymouth Rock hasn't moved either, is what we were told.
Oh, you know what? It was a little further back, and you guys have been serious, so I didn't want to say it. But I was over here laughing. Joe Patterson's. He comes out of Florida, right? And he says,
yes.
He said, "There's nothing receding down here except my hairline."
Here we go.
And there are people that keep saying Florida's going under.
Yes, 1 inch, Vic, 1 inch in the tide, and boom! All of a sudden, Orlando is right in the middle of the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
Well, as Ben says, and he went to
they better
college
move Cape Canaveral now.
My Mizzou geology professor said we would be facing a global oil shortage by 2018 because we would have begun to exhaust the world's supply of fossil fuels.
That's right.
Oh, my God.
I remember that. Come on, man. We got to run for something. Me and you. And Crystal can be our campaign manager.
I'm just stating what people are saying.
Crystal will get us elected that fast.
Oh, Glenn, another good point. Why are banks giving 30-year notes on beachfront homes then if they're worried?
Exactly.
If they're so worried
they've done their
about
research.
Climate change. The planet's heating. Oh, my God.
Yeah, you don't think an insurance company has looked into that?
Oh,
exactly.
my God. We have the smartest listeners on the planet on this show.
We have great listeners.
You think Crystal Cooper's smart? Mm-mm. She's elementary compared to our guys on Facebook. I'm using that one from now on this show. Do you think banks would give 30-year notes on land that's about to go under?
Yeah, no, you wouldn't think so.
No.
As a matter of fact, the last time I was in Pensacola, the beach has not moved.
Right.
And it's still white.
But most, if not all Americans, don't pay attention because everything is, your life is, our lives, if you're alive now, our lives have been easy.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's been easy and handed to us, and we just expect, and we take, and oh, yeah, we're going to get up and everything's going to be perfect. And oh, yeah, life is good. Once again, we don't critically think as a majority of Americans. We don't. Everything's going to be fine.
So
it's
going to be fine.
It's like, oh, you
I'm
said
busy.
it's happening?
I'm
Oh, it must be
busy.
happening.
I don't have time to worry about that.
Yeah.
I'm busy.
At some point, do you look at the Drew Collinses of the world and go, I just don't respect you anymore, man. You don't make any sense. If you made sense, we could have a good discussion. But you come on this
But
show.
Drew isn't
No.
involved in this.
I only say Drew.
I mean in general. Okay.
When I say Drew Collins, I mean any liberal you talk to. Because they frustrate you. It's like, Drew, I'm literally showing you a picture of a purple square and you're calling it yellow. How does that make any sense? Well, maybe the light is hitting his cones in his eyes a little bit different, and maybe we can talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
But there's no discussion you can have with a liberal that turns out well. Because I want to learn. I'm literally, if you're listening to this show and you're a liberal, and you can come on this show and say, this is why we have to defund the cops in St. Louis, and you make sense, I'll go, oh, okay, well, that makes sense. Now I guess I'm a liberal. But no one has ever said anything to me that even resembles common sense as far as liberal policies. We need to go and tax more people to give people $10,000 for their school loans. Okay, well, let's talk about that. Well, you can't even ask the press secretary at the White House to come up with an answer. So if she can't come up with an answer, how is your liberal friend going to come up with an answer?
That's a good point.
Correct?
It makes sense.
We are going to outlaw all cars in Kansas City. Well, that's probably coming next. In California. Okay, that's a good idea. Ready? Break the huddle. Okay, we have no energy. Can't charge the cars. Get out of your cars. How does that make any sense?
It doesn't.
No.
It doesn't.
I'm serious. I want to be a liberal so bad because it looks like they have the good parties.
But I also... Oh, there's good
Us
parties
conservatives
everywhere.
have no good parties.
But just
I want to go to the
remember-
liberal parties, but I can't because they make no damn sense.
A lot of times things are about pride. If you need an argument to back a decision that you have made, Or if you started down a path and you need to to make yourself feel good, you'll look for evidence, you'll look for comments that back what you have done.
Explain that a little bit more.
You
Because
won't look for
It's convenience.
You'll look for convenient thoughts.
Okay.
You'll look for convenient information that's been put out to back how you feel about a certain issue.
Can you run that exercise for me on something that you would be like, I have no idea what you're thinking or how that process.
If you're for abortion, you're going to look for positive abortion rates, or you're going to look for comments or disagreements against abortion.
So like the
you're
incest
for it.
situation. That's like a 0.5%,
anything that
right?
backs abortion,
Okay.
you'll
Yeah.
look for it.
Okay.
If you're for defunding police,
But
you'll
isn't
look,
abortion-
You'll look
wait.
for the incidents where there
Okay.
have been police force used. That's what I mean, Eric. You know what I'm saying.
All right.
And if you're for climate change or what, let's say if you have an electric vehicle, maybe like, hey, I'm doing what's good for the environment.
Okay.
You know, if you don't want to use electricity, hey, I'm helping out the environment.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you'll look for things in life.
Yeah, but
Instead of saying, oh, I was wrong, now I'm going to start all over and do something new.
So on this show, we talk about every action has an equal reaction,
It's
correct?
9:55, yes.
Right?
Yin and yang.
So every action has an equal reaction. At some point, these liberal policies will smack them right back in the face. Yeah, they might not want gas-powered cars in their city, and when they don't get them, they go, yay! But then when they go to the store and the semi-tractor trailer doesn't show up with their ramen noodles.
That's right. Yep. That's when it happens. We got to get to break. We'll be right back.
The Edge Morning Show.
Please leave a message at the beep.
Hey, it's fun. Remember me? Miss you, buddy. Look, I know it's been a minute, but we gotta get the fam back down to Holiday World and Splash and Safari. They've got 3 of the top 5 water coasters in the world. Remember getting soaked on Mammoth and Cheetah Chase? Or screaming down monster roller coasters like Thunderbird and Voyage? Tickets are still at holidayworld.com. Oh, the kids want to say something. Go ahead.
Do you want to work for the biggest medical cannabis company in the state of Missouri? Belief Medical is looking for dynamic individuals to join our newest facility in Jonesburg. We are currently hiring for post-harvest technicians and offer 100% company-paid benefits that include medical, dental, and vision, as well as a starting pay of $15 per hour. If you're 21 or older and ready to join a great company that offers great pay and great benefits, visit our website at beliefmedical.com. BELEAF medical.com.
Hi, my name is Takia, and a little thing that I love about the Smokehouse Barbecue Bacon Sandwich is when I take a bite, it's the perfect blend from the bacon to the cheese. It's perfection.
Hey, I'm Katora, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A mac and cheese is it kind of melts in your mouth, so you know it's creamy, cheesy, and delicious. This gooey mac makes me cheese every time.
Order dinner delivered on the Chick-fil-A app today. Delivery fee and other restrictions apply. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
Hello, Discover here to explain our cash back match. Here's how it works. We give you cash back for using your Discover card on the things you were going to buy anyway. Then we match that cash back in your first year. And that's why we call it Cashback Match. Now to recap and say cashback one more time. We match all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year automatically. Discover. Exceptionally common sense. Learn more at discover.com/match. Limitations apply.
Now, back to the Edge Morning Show.
Hey guys, we got to say goodbye. It's 9:58. Eric, guess what? Come back tomorrow and you can talk all day long.
I'll have to talk to the producers and see if I can.
Just talk back. I'll be open. My phone will be open.
Okay, I got to call the executives. I have to crash the door every morning.
Thanks, guys. We'll see what we can put together for tomorrow. Eric, Chris, Crystal, Vic. Have an awesome day. Cardinals are off today. Cardinals won.
That was a great game last night.
I know.
Damn.
13 innings.
I thought it was a terrible game. I'm just glad that the outcome was what it was.
Albert was the guy that drove in your winning run last night.
Well, yeah, he did. But
And he didn't even have to go yard to do it.
no, he didn't. All
But the
right.
Reds suck, too.
Albert,
yeah.
Albert hit the ball 350 feet dead center. Can you do that for me?
That's not that far.
Yeah, but it got the run in, didn't
Yes, it did.
What color tie?
Burnt orange.
I already wore burnt
Yellow.
orange.
Burnt yellow, which that would be brown.
Yeah, I'll do yellow tonight.
All right. Have a good day. We'll talk to everybody tomorrow morning.